had this before. We had, for example, Titans TV, an individual called Kalam. We give him the benefit of the doubt. And what happens is every time we get disappointed, people come and say to me, don't talk to that person, they are biased. I say, you know what, let's give them a chance. And to me, it was like, oh, here we go. Once again, I've been warned, and I felt disappointed. I was like, wow, you know how I'm with you. I'm open, I have a civilized discussion. And to me, it was like, oh, here we go, Ali. You know, your kindness has been taken for weakness once again. But again, you've apologized, and I can't really take it further than that. It's as simple as that. So, is the thumbnail still there?
Say that again?
Is the thumbnail still there?
Yes.
So how could, when did you accept your mistake that you made, you was wrong?
I accepted the mistake about a week or so afterwards.
So why is the thumbnail still up?
No. I've left it there because for me, it was a sign of weakness in taking it down.
I think that's ego.
No. Maybe it is, but I think what is important for me to do first is to speak to you directly, admit my error,
but carry on the mistake.
No. Listen to what I'm going to say today. From today, I will remove it.
Okay.
But I'm admitting I made the error, and I'm saying to people online, that I will remove it, sir.
Okay. Why didn't you do it a week ago? I'm just curious. Like, if I acknowledge I did something wrong, the first action I would do is to reverse the mistake that I did. But you chose to keep it for a week to come and talk to me. I'm just curious why.
No. I agree on that. Yeah. But some of the things I do, sir, I'm too busy. Yeah. And I should have done it earlier.
If I said that,
I should have done it earlier.
Okay, listen. If I said that to the black community and I said I put his picture, I was busy. Do you think they'll be like, wow, what? So you was busy? Come on, look, let's be real.
But I'm admitting.
No, I know. Yes.
And I said I will remove it.
Yes, but if you.
And I'm not scared to say it online.
No. I appreciate that. But if you took the thumbnail down and they took it, I would say, you know what? Let's leave it at that. Let's move on. But the thumbnail is still up there, and you acknowledge it. If you said to me, Ali, I realized right now.
I'm being honest. I could have lied to you.
No, I know.
I'm not going to lie. I could have lied to you and said, I didn't realise the offence that caused you until. But I'm not saying that. I've been open and honest with Ali.
Yes.
And I'm saying sorry, sir.
I forgive you. I don't know if the Muslim community will.
I'm confident that the Muslim brothers and sisters will forgive me. But one thing I will have to ask you, in regards to the behaviour in general, do you have a concern about people in general misbehaving the way they did 2 weeks ago here at the park, pushing old gentlemen, or people in general? What's your own perception? Or
the thing is, you said people.
Yeah.
Why don't you say Muslim? Like in the thumbnail and the title, you used Muslims, but here you're telling me people. Now you're not generalizing. Why did you generalize it in a video? But you're here and telling me when people make those mistakes. But in the video, you're like Muslims. If I went to Brixton and I provoked the black community and said, you guys are Niggers, and they came and punched me in the face, and I went, look at these thugs. These thugs. I go and provoke, I go and insult them, I desecrate something that might be close to them, and nobody has a right to be violent. I believe no one should be violent. The thing is, if I go like the movie, I keep forgetting the name, is it Die Hard? When he went to the neighborhood and he was using the word Niggers, and they said to him, you're going to get killed. The thing is here, who's to blame there? Who do we blame there? Like, the question is, there's individuals that come to this park and they provoke the Muslims and desecrate the holy scriptures, and we are told, and this is what I've said, the Muslims reacting in that way is human psychology. There are some people who are going to say, I ignore it, I'm not going to drop to their level. Some are going to say, you know what, I'm going to shout at him. Some are going to say, I'm going to nudge him. Some are going to say, I'm going to hit him. Some would say, I'm going to kill him. And this is a psychology everyone has, cross-culturally. So the way that people make it out to be is that only the Muslims do that. Let me tell you something. You know Charlie Hebdo? Yeah? They criticize, well, they draw a cartoon of a Jewish person, yeah? The whole media went berserk. They even did the same with, I think, Jesus, yeah? The Christians got angry. The guy who done it, he got sacked. When it's the Muslims, it's okay. Freedom of speech. When it's not the Muslims, you can't do it. Look at Macron, that fool. Yeah, the flipping, he's a fool. Somebody made a billboard mocking him. He's suing them. What happened to freedom of speech and expression? The point we're saying is double standards and hypocrisy. When it comes to the Muslims, freedom of speech. If anybody stops you, you guys do not respect freedom of speech. Let me go to a white nationalist area in up north and rip Churchill's pictures and spit at it. Bro, I'll be killed. I'll be killed. So what we're saying is the psychology cross-culturally is the same. You get different reactions from different people. Why is it when it's Muslims behaving like that, it's like, it's the Muslims? No, they are human beings that are emotional, and every human being from Jewish to Christian to black to white will have the same response. That's my problem.
If I can answer that, I would concur with you in general terms, but on this occasion I do not I concur with you for what you said about the thumbnail. Yeah. I don't concur with you in regards to the title, and I'll explain why I don't concur with you with the title. Because one thing I did with the video, I made sure that people saw the entire video. It wasn't just at the start it was just a clip, but then the whole video was there. If anyone actually took the time to watch the live stream, you will actually see that some of the gentlemen who were behaving the way they behaved, I actually interviewed them to ask them why they behaved that way, and the reason why I chose the title of Young Muslims Behaving Badly, because in the video that is exactly what occurred. Some people did ask me, why did I describe it as young Muslims? The reason I did, if you have a look at the words used by, I think the gentleman's name was Sharif, I'm using his words. And when I spoke to the people who were involved, they were Muslims. So I was describing factually in the video what occurred. And yes, someone did say to me, what I would like to see you do is that if there's Christians behaving badly, I want you to describe it as that. What I try to do when you're down here is capture factually what you see and put it out. If I see people behaving badly, regardless of what religion they are, I will report that. Should be Muslim, Christian, Rastafarian. I will capture that and I will put it out as that. But on that day, it was young Muslims behaving badly, and I interviewed some of those Muslims at the end to establish why they behave, and it was to generate likes, shares and follows via social media. I may not agree with what they did, but I record. I can.
Or the liar. They got street mic. Like, share, subscribe.
Shut up. But I could have recorded it, mentioned it in many other ways. I was just recording exactly what I saw.
Okay, so let me give you a picture so maybe you can understand. So we have a group of individuals who come here, white nationalists, and they say we hate NIGGERS. Yeah? And they come here and provoke the black community over and over again. And I come here and I go, what's your channel called? Street Mike. I call it Ali Mike. And Ali Mike comes here and goes, okay, let's get this group of black youth who are seeing a racist individual saying that slavery was amazing, we killed you NIGGERS people, etc. And the black community get a bit raggo. And then I'm like, look at these black thugs. You see these guys, these black thugs? You see this how they behave? This is the park of freedom of speech. If I was to do that, the black community would say, well, hold on a second. You are firstly disregarding the individual who's provoking them, number one. Number two, even though it doesn't give a right for anyone to nudge or push or physically attack somebody, you need to put it in a context. So if I was to do that, the black community will be upset with me. Why? Because they're like, you are firstly being biased. You're not telling the people that, you know what, these guys are wrong for nudging him. However, just to mention, this is an individual who comes to this park for the past 10 years and he provokes and insults the black community day in, day out. So he is also a part to blame. So if you did that, we'll say, you know what, at least it's not biased. You've mentioned the problem, you've mentioned people reacting to it, we can look at it in context. But what you've done is, go a bunch of Muslims and you're like, look how Muslims are behaving. This shouldn't be like this. This is a park where freedom of speech should... Excuse me, hold on a second. If that was done to the Jewish community and somebody was here saying, I deny the Holocaust, no Jewish people died, yeah, I will be arrested. No one will come and say, oh, but it's your right for freedom of speech. No, no, no. If I was here and white nationalists were walking and I was desecrating or I was spitting at Churchill's picture, I would be attacked. Why is it when it's the Muslims, it's a double standard? That's what I'm trying to understand. Nobody said, why did you mention a fact? You didn't mention the fact in context. That's our problem.
If someone has taken out of context how the incident was described, there's nothing I can do to change that.
Yes, you can.
No. I cannot change what's happened.
No, you can't. You can explain it. Because what you do is this, yeah? It's like you slap me and I slap you back, and you only put the bit when I slap you back and go, Ali, see what kind of a fuck he is? Yeah, and you're like, well, what about him hitting me? No, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about him slapping me. I'm like, yeah, but you slapped me first. No. That's the point. It's you're cutting it to a specific, like Muslims are thugs and we come here. Look, let me tell you something. We don't need to push people around. Academically, intellectually, we rinse all these people out. That's why we've had everyone come together against the Muslims. Be it the Kemets, be it the black Israelites, be it the Christians, be it the Jews, be it the Shias. Like, the Shias are Muslims as well. Let's not get it twisted, yeah? What I'm trying to say is, they all come together against Muslims. Look, we don't need this. We have the Quran. You see that Quran I have on my table, yeah? Let me tell you something. As long as we can preach that, the reason why these people come in and insult the Prophet and insult the Quran and desecrate the Quran is because they know intellectually and academically they can't deal with us. We knock them out every single time. So that's the reason why they go get down to this level. And you have little kids who are immature Muslims who come here, want a bit of buzz, push him around, which is pathetic. We don't need that because that doesn't serve our religion. Us coming here and allowing me to talk and preach the Quran is all I need. I promise you, if they allow us to preach the Quran, which they do, and that's why in this park you see hundreds, if not thousands of people who have come to Islam. Show me one Christian who's become a Christian in this park. I can show you reverse here in the park. Look, our Quran is all we need, yeah, and we just want to preach that. Freedom of speech works for us. You know why? Because the reason why, even in Islam, the concept of jihad, you know why it's for? It's so those who stop the Muslims from preaching, they wage war. Why? Not because, oh, you have to accept my religion by the sword. In Islam, in Surah Baqarah, verse 256, it tells us we are not allowed to force people to our religion. All we're saying is, allow us to preach the Quran. That's all we want. If you don't allow us, then if you physically come and attack us, we will fight you. So the thing is, freedom of speech works for us. We don't want freedom of speech to stop. We're saying the freedom of insulting, and that's cross-culturally. The blacks won't like to be someone to be racist towards them. The Jews will not like someone to be what's the word? Not homophobic. Anti-Semitic towards them. The Muslims don't want to Islamophobic. What we're saying is we're on the same page. Don't insult us. We want to have a dialogue. Disagree with me. Come and say to me, I believe Islam is a false religion. That's your opinion. Let's talk about it. So let's distinguish between hate speech and freedom of speech, because I believe you're confusing the two.
One thing I really like about Ali, and I've said it to you previously, is the great thing. We may disagree on substance with a certain thing, but that's healthy.
Of course.
But what is really great is that we can stand in front of the cameras and not be scared to say what is important. And I actually value this engagement which we've just had, and all an individual can do is, if someone's made an error, them to reflect upon what they've done, and it's important to admit you've made the error. And I love Speaker's Corner because it's all about learning. We come down here on a weekly basis and we learn from each other, and I can assure you, one thing I've done, and I like you, and I know that we will engage more in the future. I have learned a lot today. I have learned a lot over the last 3 weeks, and all I can do is continue learning down here. And I think it is so important for us to be able to have this debate without being disrespectful to each other. And and I've said to you, like, one thing I do like with you is that you're a young gentleman and you're so humble the way you conduct yourself, and I love that in a person.
Look, at the end of the day, we have a saying. The first Caliph, Abu Bakr radiallahu anh, said, he said, may God forgive me for what you don't know about me, and may God make me better than what you think of me. So what you think of me, you're only saying that. Good. You're only saying that is because you see, like, what's But I hope God makes me better than what you think of me. The point I'm trying to make here is this: we can have these civilized discussions, etc. What I'm just saying is that let's not confuse between freedom of speech and hate speech, because if we do that, you as a black person in this country and your ancestors went through hell. They were killed. In Congo, 10 million black people were killed by Leopold II, or whatever his name is. He used to cut the limbs of those who wouldn't work hard. Their kids, I saw a picture, it literally, it broke me to pieces to think that my daughter's hands are going to be cut off because I'm not performing well in being enslaved to him. So the thing is, you need to understand where your ancestors have come from, and the same thing we Muslims are going through. So don't be on the side of the oppressors, not saying intentionally or unintentionally. Don't be on that side, because let me tell you something, the moment they kick the Muslims out, you're next. They're not going to say, oh, this is no, let me tell you something. They're going to say the boat is gone. When the boat is coming back, you're jumping on board. So I'm just saying, please don't be on the side of the oppressors, because with freedom of speech, we're open to it. We're seeing hate speech is our problem, which you would agree to.
Yeah. I try not to be on any one side, but in closing, I would like to ask you a different question, 2 questions, slightly different. Yeah. Number 1, you said you went away for 3 weeks. Was it 4 weeks?
Why are you saying 3 weeks?
Sorry, I got 3 weeks in my mind. Was it a great holiday? And then the next question will be about the documentary film. So, did you enjoy your holiday?
What documentary are you talking about? The marriage documentary.
So, so was it a great holiday to actually go away, get away from all of this, to recharge, and to come back as yourself?
I think, it was good, because I come here about the past 10 years, nearly every single Sunday. So 3-4 weeks ago, I was actually physically attacked. So to me, it's like, obviously I lost my cool a bit. So I thought to myself, you know what, I need a little break. So I didn't come for about 3 weeks. But then I had a holiday booked before.
Anyway,
with my
I
wife.
remember you told me.
So I just went on a holiday. It was
Turkey, wasn't it?
It was no, I can't disclose the information there. So I went on a holiday. It was nice. It was a break, because last time I went on holiday was like 5-6 years ago. So I'll be honest, it was refreshing. I'm recharged. I'm ready for the enemies of Islam all day, every day. I've got some new right hooks ready. Not physical, academically, of course. So the thing is, I'm good, man. It was a good break. I'll be honest with you. For 1 month to stay away from here,
it's brilliant.
It was brilliant, because you come here and it becomes like a routine. You're like a robot, like programmed. So to me, it was very good just to distance myself. So it was a good break. I recommend everybody to take a break. If you're coming here regularly for the past 10 years, you definitely need a break. Otherwise, you lose the plot here.
And the final question, I'm led to believe that there's going to be a documentary film coming out about yourself.
Inshallah.
Can you give me an exclusive on Street Mike about this documentary?
This is classified information. Not even the CIA know. The FBI is after it. I've had meetings with MI5. No, I'm joking. Yes, hopefully I'm working on it.
But when? Give me some dates,
I don't want to give dates. Every time I give dates, it doesn't happen. So just be patient. Allah says in the Quran, good things come. No, be patient. Yeah, okay. Allah is with the patient. So therefore, you need to be patient, and good things come to those who wait. And don't worry. When are you married?
Sort of.
Yeah.
I've lived with the same person for 38 years.
Why don't you get married?
One day.
One day. Which day? That's why I said about the documentary. One day. You see, I'm going to say the same thing. It's been 30 years. I'm finished. Finished.
All I can
Thanks
say,
very much.
before you go,
let me go, please. I need to go.
Don't worry about them. All I can say, thank you very much.
No, it's okay.
And I've made that promise to you. Later on, I'll remove something.
Yeah, and don't put Mohammed Hijab's picture this time. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.